जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज चन्नरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज चन्नरंजन जमुना तीरावनचारि यमुना तीरावनचारि जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। पतित पावन गुरु महाराज की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। Hare Krishna. I thank Mathrapati Prabhuji for giving me this opportunity, and I also want to thank all the devotees who are present here today to hear Srimad Bhagavatam class in this auspicious Brahma Muhurta time. So we will start with the session, taking all your blessings. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udhirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Naishaki. Hare Krishna. I'll quickly share the screen for the shloka. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.7.48. Any one devotee can be my chorus.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Radha Mataji. Yaiḥ kopitaṁ brahma-kulaṁ
Yaiḥ kopitaṁ brahma-kulaṁ
rājanyāir ajitātmabhiḥ
rājñyāir ajitātmabhiḥ
tatkulam pradahatyashu
pradahatyashu
sānubandhaṁ
sānubandhaṁ.
Thank you, Mataji. Word by word meaning. Yai, by those, kopitam, engaged, enraged. Brahma-kulaṁ, the order of Brahmanas. Rājñyāḥ, by the administrative order. Ajita, unrestricted. Atmabhi, by oneself. Tat, that. Kulam, family. Pradahaty, is burnt up. Ashu, within no time. Sānubandhaṁ, together with family members. śucārpitam, being put into grief. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If the kingly administrative order, being unrestricted in the sense control, offends the Brahmana order and enrages them, then the fire of that rage burns up the whole body of the royal family and brings grief upon them. Purport: the Brahmana's order of society, or the spiritually advanced caste of community, and the members of such highly elevated families were always held in great esteem by the other subordinate castes, namely the administrative kingly order, the mercantile order, and the laborers. Very small purport. So we will also go to a couple of shlokas. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapatakamelam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं श हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता श्री राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कपहातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. So in this shloka and the topic which is currently going through, we see that the topic which is going on is the son of Drona, which is Ashwathama being punished. And this is the beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam. If you notice from lot of shlokas, number of shlokas, the same point has been brought up time and again. The topic of whether whether the son of Drona Ashwathama should be punished or he should not be punished. Many times I'm sure you would be thinking he should be punished. Some people might be thinking, no, I think he should not be punished. So, and some people might be thinking he should be punished in such a manner that he should never do this activity. And many, I think, must be thinking that he should be given a punishment, not as a death punishment, because that is a very quick one. He will not go through the trouble which he has caused to Yudhishthir, Draupadi, and this family. The trouble he has caused to Lord Krishna as well. So, how if he gets a death punishment, it will be a very quick one. So, some people might be thinking he should be punished in such a manner that he lives by that punishment, throughout his life, and he should never do that activity. Not only he, even other people they should never do this activity. So you see here the activity which is performed by Ashwathama, it is such abominable activity that he has not only performed this activity alone, but he has engaged some of his friends to do this along with him, and now he is caught. So of course, in such a such a bad activity, if he is performed, he must be punished. So that is the thought of all our people. But here we are seeing Draupadi is of the opinion that he should be forgiven. And in the previous shloka, we heard from Matrapati Prabhuji where Draupadi was mentioning that I do not want the wife of Dronacharya to go through the same pain which I am going through. So this happens that when we are in a particular situation, we can understand the situation properly. For example, you would be seeing that many people go to the hospitals and there are some new unmarried nurses, so they might not be very careful doing treatment for the kids. But if there is a nurse who has got a kid herself, then she will be very careful because she knows the pain, she knows the trouble which a kid can go through. So she is very careful in dealing with the kid because she herself is a mother. Now the same thing is happening here. Even Draupadi is a mother and she knows how difficult it was for her to go through that trouble. And then when son of Dronacharya and then Kripi, if they see if the Kripi sees some Ashwathama being punished, giving the death punishment, what trouble she will go through. And he is a grown-up child, and of course, because of the bad association, he in spite of having so much strength, he is in such a situation that he is at the mercy of Arjuna. Arjuna can kill him at any moment. It is that situation. They have brought him in front of Draupadi, binding his hands, and he is living at the mercy of Draupadi, Yudhishthir, and all other all other Pandavas. So this is a very, very difficult and bad situation for a Kshatriya. A Kshatriya would prefer to be killed. That is what we have seen. Kshatriyas would be, very, very happy to accept the death. But this kind of life is something which is worse than death for a Kshatriya because they're living at the mercy of somebody, which is the biggest remark on a Kshatriya's community. So we also see on the other side the beauty of Bhagavatam, that the same topic comes again and again so that this remains fixed in our mind. Many times we have, in our school days and college days, we have that example that we study the topic throughout the night, and morning when we get up, you feel that it's a blank slate, nothing is, we are not able to remember anything because the topic is so dry, and there are so many things, and it is not well planned as Srimad Bhagavatam is planned. So many times devotees ask this question that, Prabhu, I am reading Bhagavatam, but I will forget. I am reading, it is such a big Bhagavatam, I will forget. So answer to that is, if you read Bhagavatam, then Krishna is going to explain those topics again and again, and Vyasadeva has written this. And in Bhagavad Gita also, you see that the same topic comes again and again till it is fixed in our mind. And we have an additional advantage, and that is the purport of Srila Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada is writing such elaborate big purports, by reading through those purports, we can easily fix those points in our mind. We can also remember each and every example Prabhupada has given for a particular situation. It is not very difficult. So this particular shloka has got a very small purport. We will discuss a couple of points and then move on to the next shloka. So here, one more argument is presented that if the kingly order, administrative order, it is unrestricted in the sense control and offends the Brahmana order, so what happens? The entire community will be destroyed. And we have seen many examples. The examples of Chanakya, you see there. He gave instructions, but it was not followed. So because of that, things were very ugly. So in the same manner, many examples we have seen. So the kings used to have, a priest, an acharya, under whose guidance they used to work. Even the demons used to have an acharya, Śucārpitam was present to guide the demons also. So that was the order. And that is the thing that, it is the stress is put again and again, time and again, that we should not be killing them, because they can contribute towards the society, a Vaishnava, a Brahmana, because they are preaching, they are giving the right guidance to the society. Now we see that in the past, in India, very many evil practices came up on the name of caste system. But caste system was not an evil system. It was a well-planned, system of the society where every order of the society was respected. Even the Shudras were respected because they were serving the three classes. So there was nothing high or low. But later on, it turned into high or low caste and eventually became the evil practices of the society. And then they had to, slowly get rid of that. So we see that, example of Mahatma Gandhi, he named all the, lower section of the society as Harijan. He named them as Harijan. Harijan means the people of God. So that is a name. So, but Prabhupada says that, just by naming, you cannot, they cannot become Harijan. You need to train them. And that is what ISKCON is doing. ISKCON gives them all the authority. But before doing that, they train all these people of the society, the scheduled caste or OBC, etc. Even they have the opportunity to come forward and accept, Brahman Diksha, Harinam Diksha, provided they go through the proper training. So that is what it is open to all. So ISKCON has brought back that standards that, you can become Harijan, but you need to follow the standards. And that way you can become, not just by the namesake, somebody gives you the name of Harijan and then you keep doing all nonsense activities. Like in the material world, we have someone's name as Amar. So Amar is not really Amar. There's a blind person whose name is Nayan Sukh. So he can't see, but his name is Nayan Sukh. So this is happening in the material world, but see, the standard ISKCON is setting is that, giving opportunity to everybody. And here also in our group, we encourage everybody to grow in Krishna consciousness and take Harinam Diksha and take Brahmana Diksha, etc. Take Bhakti Shastri courses. So we have all the opportunity. Now here you see, that was the reason, one more reason why Ashwathama should not be punished, because he is from a Brahmana community. And it is said that a Brahmana should be forgiven at least 3 times before being killed, because they contribute a lot towards the society. But in this situation, we see that Ashwathama has done something because he was in the bad association. And we see in the, coming shlokas, things will change. And there are people who are going to support this decision of Draupadi, and there are people who are not going to support this decision of Draupadi, and eventually something will happen. So not taking much time, I'll quickly move on to the next shloka. Try to cover this one as well. Sūta uvāca dharmyaṁ nyāyyaṁ sakaruṇaṁ dharmyaṁ nyāyyaṁ sakaruṇaṁ nirvyalīkaṁ samaṁ mahat rājā dharma-suto rājā pratyanandad dvijāḥ. Translation. Sūta Goswami said, O Brahmana, King Yudhishthira fully supported the statement of Queen, were in accordance with the principles of religion and were justified, which were in accordance with the principles of religion and were justified, glorious, full of mercy and equity, and without duplicity. Purport: Maharaj Yudhishthir, who was the son of Dharmaraj or Yamraj, fully supported the words of Queen Draupadi in asking Arjuna to release Ashwatthama. So we see that here Dharmaraj Yudhishthir, son of Dharmaraj, which is Yamraj's son, Yudhishthir is fully supporting because this is in the favor of Dharma. So many times this question comes up when the battle of Kurukshetra, when the war of Kurukshetra was going on. So people were thinking, Arjuna presented a very good argument saying that if these 64 crore men will be killed here in this battle of Kurukshetra, then this is going to give rise to Varna Shankara. Varna Shankara means a woman gets the child out of the marriage. So that is Varna Shankara, very bad, act. So Varna Shankara will be, because so many widows will be there, and then those widows may mingle with some other men, and then that will create Varna Shankara, and eventually society will collapse. That was the argument of Arjuna. But Krishna responded to Arjuna saying that Draupadi was not safe, even though she had 5 husbands, and all these great, people like Bhishma, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, all these people were there. And it was very easy for Dronacharya to just give a slap to Duryodhana and say that you cannot do these activities. You cannot disrobe Draupadi in this entire sabha. You cannot do that. But see, even because he was the son of king, he could do all those activities. So if Draupadi was not safe, in spite of she having 5 husbands, where is the chance of all these women being safe, even though their husbands are alive? So it is going to be a very difficult situation for this entire society if Duryodhana remains the king. So that is why Yudhishthir should become the king. And even though there will be a lot of widows which will be produced out of the war, but again, these widows will be very safe in the hands of Yudhishthir, because Yudhishthir is Dharmaraj, the son of Yamaraj. He is very, very dharma-parayan. He doesn't do anything which is against the dharma. And here again, we see one more great example of Yudhishthira, that he is agreeing with the words of Draupadi, not by sentiment, because those arguments are in accordance with the principle of religion and are justified. So this is how we need to make our decision. We should not make our decision just by sentiments that, oh, I'm feeling like this according to me. Many times this is happening. We say according to me, as per me, I think, I feel like that. No, I understand it like this. I don't know what people say, but I will do like this. No, this is wrong. If you're doing like this, then this is the biggest mistake we are doing you're challenging your Krishna consciousness, putting your life of bhakti in danger when you're doing things according to me. Because we are not Dharmaraj Yudhishthira. We have to follow the guidance in the scriptures. We have to follow the guidance by the senior Vaishnavas. So I want to bring this topic here because, yesterday I was reading 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Karma Yoga. In that, the very first shloka, Prabhupada is mentioning that Arjuna was eknishtha. Eknishtha means having complete surrender to one person. And that eknishtha, he was there for Krishna. And he was asking Krishna, why are you engaging me in this war? Because Krishna consciousness means don't engage in all those activities, just remain silent. So Prabhupada is very nicely explaining that Arjuna asked this question because many times we also have this doubt. He's explaining that Krishna consciousness is not, he's saying it is not, remaining in inaction. Krishna consciousness means action in full Krishna consciousness, doing such activities which are conducive for your development of Krishna consciousness. That is the instructions of, that's the instruction Krishna gave to Arjuna. Why Krishna gave that instruction to Arjuna? Because Arjuna was dependent on Krishna. He was eknishtha. He was not asking 100 people, what should I do? What should I do? No. He asked Krishna, what should I do? So in the same manner, when we are taking a decision, when we want something, we should consult our senior devotees, because those devotees have lived their life like this and they can guide you in a situation. Their answers may not be very, you may not like them much, But when you try to understand with them with submissive inquiry, they can explain it to you that why this is difficult and why you should follow this. It is going to be good for you if you follow this. Okay, so here Yudhishthira Maharaj is accepting he's supporting the words of Draupadi because those words are in accordance with the principles of religion. Now we read further. One should not tolerate the humiliation of a member of a great family. Arjuna and his family were indebted to the family of Dronacharya because of Arjuna's learning the military science from him. If ingratitude were shown to such a benevolent family, it would not be all justified from the moral standpoint. So this point we have discussed in the past. The wife of Dronacharya, who was the half body of great soul, must be treated with compassion, and she should not be put into grief because of her son's death. So this point also we have discussed. That is compassion. Such statement by Draupadi are without duplicity because action should be taken with full knowledge. The feeling of equality was there because Draupadi spoke out her personal experience. A barren woman cannot understand the grief of a mother. Draupadi was herself a mother, and therefore her calculation of the depth of Kripi's grief was quite to the point. And it was glorious because she wanted to show proper respect to a great family. Lot of nice points, are mentioned in this purport. We see Draupadi's level, a powerful Vaishnavi, a powerful devotee's level, that she is looking for the pain of Ashwatthama's mother, and that is a very very good Vaishnava quality, that they are paradukha. They become they are always thinking about others, and many times people do not accept Krishna consciousness because it is going to challenge their activities which they love. For example, somebody wants to smoke, so he doesn't want to take up Krishna consciousness because he has to give up smoking. And his heart, in his heart, he will be thinking, oh, I have to give up smoking. I have to give up smoking. Okay, fine. Let me not take Bhagavad Gita. Let me not touch Bhagavad Gita. I'll be happy like this. Another person can think, oh, I'm a drunkard. I cannot give up drinking. I get so much joy drinking every evening. So why should I read Bhagavad Gita? I know it is a very dry thing. And this is my life to enjoy. Why should I touch Bhagavad Gita? Even that person will not touch Bhagavad Gita. Another person who is engaged in gambling activity, he will never think about accepting Bhagavad Gita. So another person is like, he is fully engaged in illegal relationship. He has got 10, 15 girlfriends, one wife, and so many other activities. So he is not interested in Bhagavad Gita. So those people are the people who are the human being just for the namesake. They are two-legged, sophisticated animals because they are not utilizing their life, human life, for the right purpose. They are just wasting their human life. But see, a devotee is so intelligent because he is always in the association of the of other devotees. A devotee, by logic, he understands that if he is smoking one cigarette, so that cigarette will give you joy only till the cigarette is there. But the moment cigarette is over, the joy is over. Now, to get another joy, same joy, if you want, you will have to smoke another cigarette. For that, you have to spend your money. I don't know how much is the cost of a cigarette, but I think it should be somewhere around 10 rupees, 15 rupees per cigarette. So again, he has to spend that amount of money, and when he smokes that, he will get a joy. But the moment cigarette is over, again the joy is over. So you see that he is getting joy, but the joy he is paying for, and he's getting the joy by suffering also because of that. So he continues to smoke one cigarette, two cigarette, three cigarette, five cigarette, 10 cigarettes. I think there was an actor who mentioned that he had a habit of smoking 30 cigarettes in a day. So just imagine 30 into 10 or 20, how much ever you do, how much money he is spending just for smoking, and that joy he is getting temporarily, and along with the joy, he is also getting cancer. So see, that is the problem. If you keep enjoying senses, there is a problem also. And this problem is everywhere. Anything you can pick it up. You want to drink a lot, you see there is going to be liver cirrhosis. And then you are going to waste a lot of money. You're going to sell your house. Somebody is in gambling, one time gamble, two time gamble, 10, 15, 100 times. And that's it. His life is gone. In the same manner, if you see illicit relationship, one person who is too much engaged in the sexual relationship with his wife, definitely after some point of time, he is going to look outside the marriage for this joy. This is the fact. If somebody is engaged too much in the physical activities with the wife, then definitely he's going to look outside the marriage. And one time person goes outside the marriage, he will not be satisfied. He'll be going for the second woman, third woman, fourth woman, and again every time spending a lot of money. And eventually he is going to get some disease. Because of that, he will die, and his entire money will be lost, and his entire family will suffer. So see, these senses are such dangerous things. So that is how we need to always take the guidance and association of Vaishnavas. Even if somebody is not able to give up these sense gratification, they should start associating with the Vaishnavas, with the devotees, and then they can easily take control of themselves and can easily give up. Like we see the example of Vishwamitra, he could not tolerate, the desire to unite with Menaka when she came. But you see the example of Haridas Thakur. He said to Maya personified, he said, I want to finish my commitment of chanting certain rounds, and then I will satisfy you. So he took shelter of Krishna, he took shelter of holy name, and he could easily overcome that. So this is the technique, to easily overcome of such sense control activities. Otherwise it is very difficult. So we will conclude now. We have discussed two shlokas today, 1.7.48. So 1.748, we spoke about how the Brahmanical society, Brahmanical order is very, very relevant for the human society, and that is how a lot of consideration should be given. And even we should live up to the example of being a Vaishnava by becoming paradukha dukhi, and that is what is mentioned in 1.7.49, where Draupadi was thinking about the sorrow which will be which Ashwathama's mother will go through, and Yudhishthira is supporting Draupadi not because of sentiments, but because she is talking as per the dharma. And finally, the last point we spoke is a devotee is always thinking about others. In the same manner, a Vaishnava should also think about others. And many people, they do not take Krishna consciousness because they are engaged in the sense gratification. So the answer is that we must associate with the devotees, then we can easily overcome. And then we can accept the real joy for which we do not have to pay time and again. It is a joy which never goes down. It always keeps us happy. So I'll stop here. If I have committed any mistakes, I seek your forgiveness. If you have any questions or clarifications, please come on video or unmute yourself and ask your question. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Patita Pavan Guru Maharaj ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hare Krishna.